and Deep Red Alliance to another Deep Red Alliance episode. I appreciate those jumping on in. Thanks for anybody who's jumping on in later as well. And thanks to people who are jumping on in and hitting the like, subscribing to the channel, helping us get to 6K subscribers. And thanks to any new members to the channel. Remember, signing up for a membership, even at our base membership, you get to ask as many questions as you want in the chat. If you're a blue wrench or a gray, just a 99-cent super chat at least with your question or crypto that you want me to look into or say something about, or any other questions that you may have. Appreciate everybody hitting start earning Bitcoin on their EMBER app. In the description below, we have our referral code to the EMBER app right there. If you use that, you get extra Satoshis for downloading the EMBER app and utilizing the referral code. We have our wallet addresses. We're going to be adding our Cash App wallet address very soon. So very excited to get the Cash App address on there as well. Whichever ways that is easily accessible for donations for you guys. You know, that's really all that matters. Shout out to the Blue Foundation. Much love to all of you guys. Always grateful. Hopefully you guys are starting off the week bullish as ever, right? We're always bullish over here. We're never losing sight of the deep reds, the bigger picture, and what's going on in the crypto space. Excited to keep going on this journey, another day in this journey, another week in this journey, starting off a little hot with some cryptos, some of the cryptos still in the deep reds, without a doubt. We got plenty of deep reds. We got about 2 pages of deep reds. We got some gains for the week. On Mondays, we like to go over the weekly gains, right? So we got some cryptos that have made gains, some surprises, some not so surprising, right? But hey, it's just the week. You never know how the month turns out, and all these cryptos ultimately, move up and down together. We are the bulls. Let's go, Jeffrey. We're the only bulls left out there. I think we're the only bulls left out, without a doubt. Deep Red Slice and Dice and Ninja Status. Dude, Jay in Japan. Loving that blue wrench with your freaking logo. That looks awesome, man. Silver 118. Yeah, total ninja status right there. Mozerps. Let's go, Silver. Let's go, Silver. Guys, talking about precious metals all the way since the beginnings of this channel. Look at where precious metals are going now. Hey, if we don't get the bull cycle out of the crypto, we'll get it out of the precious metals. Grabbed some more XPR yesterday. Nice, nice. Yeah, XPR not looking too bad. Metal not looking too bad. The layer 0. Gotta love it. Gotta love those X cryptos. We got a Canton, right? CC at 15 cents plus 37% down, or plus 37% up in the past weekly gains. Canton, CC, I mean, not really like making a ton of gains. Like it's been at 15 cents before. It's just kind of making up for the deep red that it's gone into. But good to see it making some gains on the week at 37 billion supply. CC, Canton, a lot of talking about it because of the DTCC connections, right? That's a public connection that we know about, but there's plenty of projects that have massive NDAs, right? Waiting for the right time for the public disclosure, right? Waiting for clarity, regulatory clarity. Waiting to flip the switch on you, right? We got base egg at 4064 plus 36% gains, 1 billion supply. Base egg looking like one of the memes for the base ecosystem. And at 406, you can get 1 million out of 1 billion supply and see what this meme coin can do for you. Corium at 7 cents plus 37% up. 186 million supply for Corium, and you could be staking it, earning like 40+% in staking at 7 cents, man. Corium under 10 cents is looking like a good value. Sara at 002, connected with Corium, plus 25% gains in the past week, 1 billion supply. We got Expector, dude. We got some, we had a little bit of a bubbling up from these metaverse cryptos. We got to see Sand do its thing for about a week. We got to see Mana do its thing. And now we get Expector. Guys, we're talking about these metaverse cryptos. People are sleeping on metaverse hype coming back around. Play to earn hype coming back around. The economy's not getting any better. People are losing their jobs. They're trying to find ways to make some money. Blockchain is going to have a big hand in gaming in the future. It's right now it's speculative, but you got some of those big players and big entities hovering around it. You probably got some NDAs with some of these blockchains going as well, right? Dude, this is going to be They may not even call it blockchain by the time this technology really goes mainstream, but they're gonna find, just the way that they do the smart play platform for Lego, just the way that they're doing smart cart technology for Amazon, smart water. What if it's just, with our smart technology, it involves blockchain, right? Blockchain just starts to become a default in smart technology. So then everything that you're getting, hey, it's got smart technology. That means everything that you have is immutable, right? It's a timestamp in the ledger, whatever. They don't even have to explain that to you. You just have a better experience with whatever product that you're using, right? And metaverse is going to be one of those things, man. Once streaming and monetization and micropayments really start becoming a thing, where you're streaming payments for your gaming, or you're receiving payments for your gaming, where payments are just very ubiquitous, like freaking breathing air, like freaking water flowing, right? You're getting income coming your way for your data, or what you're doing for your job or whatever, right? Your game that you're playing, right, through your phone or through your tablet or through these consoles, right? You just got a lot of opportunities, as dystopian as we always talk about it, in terms of like it's a complete, privacy and, identity, on chain and all that type of stuff, right? I mean, we want AI, right? We want AI, and AI doesn't know how to deal with cash, man. They want digital cash. They want that digital currency. They want digital assets that can send them micropayments that go along. Dude, AI just knows that it's going to be more efficient to do it like that, to do it that way too, right? So you got an AI economy coming on in. You got a cashless society happening. I mean, digital assets are here to stay. Digital assets are here to stay. But yeah, just don't be surprised to start seeing blockchain starting to be involved in gaming in a big way in the next few years. As people start losing their jobs to machines, this is what they want. We've been talking about this for a long time, guys. You guys understand this, right? The Blue Foundation knows. They're trying to create a content-based, like, creator society type of thing, where everybody is just on their phones or on their tablets or on their computer. There's no other way of making money than through technology and through, through being on chain, through being online, right? There would be no other way to transact and receive and send other than that, right? Once again, you are the payment, right? Wherever you go, there's just going to be a payment at that point. Identity recognition systems, the security behind them, right? Oh, it's highly secure. None of your data is being used or leaked, right? Oh, we have privacy metadata. Now we have privacy for metadata, so that totally protects your privacy. They sell you on all of this stuff just to keep you using the internet, just to keep you using, their products. As long as we feel secure while we're online on the internet. Sick of working so hard, but the grind will be worth it. Yeah, exactly, man. Hey, it's going to definitely be worth it, man. It's going to definitely, dude, me working 2 jobs is going to definitely be worth it in the future when this freaking, stuff starts to go, right? When all the digital assets, all the deep reds, the walls green start to show up, right? It's all going to be worth it, right? We're here to continue to be bullish. If anything, we're not here to get frustrated and be like, oh man, we're not here to be short-sighted. We're here to be like, dude, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, we're going to be like laughing so hard that we were even like crying. We're going to be wishing these opportunities were still here. Oh man, to revisit, XRP at $1 or $2. Oh man, to revisit W at 2 cents. Oh man, to revisit HBAR at 11 cents. I wish I had more opportunities at HBAR at 11 cents. I wish I had more opportunities at Solana at $100. Right? People thinking Solana is dead. Solana could die in the future, but for right now, man, this thing has plenty of juice left, I think, for this bull cycle. I think Solana is going to be some really awesome things in this bull cycle. You're going to have a lot of people flooding in through the Solana ecosystem. Solana ecosystem could be one of the things that really breaks blockchain into the main, helps bring blockchain into the mainstream. Their development of their phones or whatever they're building is only going to get better unless they start getting involved with, iPhones or, something else like Galaxy or Samsung stuff, That could be if they get bought out, like their phone division gets bought out and they get, provided for the, because I think the enterprises, they already have all the users, right? We keep thinking like the traditional enterprises are going to go away when literally they're just all preparing for this, right? They're built into Microsoft just released some new chips, Google, Amazon, they're not going away. They're going to evolve. They're going to become decentralized or utilize decentralized infrastructure and utilize blockchains. They already have all the users. They could care less about whether this blockchain has all the users. They already have. So they'll utilize these blockchains. Enterprises can replicate a ton of the use cases if they're built on top of a decentralized infrastructure. They can replicate a lot of the use cases that a lot of these smaller blockchains they're going for, right? This is why the settlement layer always comes back to being the most important, you guys. This is why XRP and XLM are going to melt faces. They will be the Coca-Cola and Pepsi, the distributed ledger, the blockchain space, at least for true like real blockchain technologies, right? You already have some massive news going for Stellar and, XRP. We don't have to, XRP already having making Saudi Arabia connections just recently. And then obviously, Stellar and XLM just continuing to, partner and, make waves in Africa and, banking the unbanked. So XLM and XRP, man, looking like the two premier X's that a lot of people want to sleep on. XDC and XPX are the two sleeper X's that everybody wants to sleep on. All four of those were finalists for CBDC, end-to-end CBDC deployment. And, people want to sleep on CBDCs acting like they're never going to be a thing. CBDCs will become a thing. They're an inevitability. It's not an if they're going to happen, right? CBDCs will happen. BRICS will implement them. They will have gold backing, and it's going to be through one of these ledgers that it's time-stamped, right? Hybrid blockchains have a really good chance. The two hybrid blockchains that are less talked about that are out of those four that provided for CBDC end-to-end capabilities, XPX and XDC, very quiet, right? Very quiet. Notice that the two hybrid ones are the quietest ones out of those four, but yet, XPX won. Right? They won CBDC tech sprint and nobody talks about them. And then XDC, nobody talks about. Nobody talks enough about XDC network and what they're building. What's that saying? People say XDC is the Ethereum killer, right? So XRP, XLM, XDC, you already got three layers of settlement for all three essential, type of markets, right? The remittances, the retail, and the trade finance. And then you got freaking, the full stack experience in the big blue star here of XPX and Sirius chain, right? You could do gold backed notes on that. You could do fog computing on this is the only blockchain that is prepared for fog computing. That's something beyond cloud computing that is projected to happen in the future. Prepared for quantum resistance, right? You got Naoris, man. Naoris calling out Ethereum. Check it out, guys. We've been on this quantum crypto speculation for a good bit. Check it out. Ethereum now investing, putting in millions into post-quantum computing and trying to prepare their security for that, right? So now you have Naoris looking like a very appealing thing, right? You got blockchains going to probably want to implement Naoris security. You got XX Network already prepared for that, right? You got Dragon Chain. Dragon Chain's in the deep reds right now, right? What's up, Maddie? Good to see you. Appreciate you jumping on in. Yeah, people are going to wish they bought at least some XX at a penny. Billion supply. Freaking ridiculous, right? But now you got all quantum resistant cryptos starting to get some traction here. This is not going to be a trend that stops, I think. I think QuanX, Naoris, XX Network are like the power, and XPX, right? XPX, because XPX has like the substance, man. It has the juice. It just needs to come through on the price. It just needs to come through actual utility. But it has all the speculation that, the right boxes for speculation at least, right? To draw some speculation. I think we're going to do some good stuff in the speculative bull cycle with XPX. But we want that utility, right? Once again, the beauty of XPX is that it's the last basically the last ISO 20022 compliant crypto that's in the triple zeros, right? That we can get, it's at 0002, right? So we can get thousands of these for coffee money, not have to think about this damn thing again, right? We will think about it because we'll start doing more research, and then we'll see in the research, holy crap, this is a full stack based on technical merit alone, right? Not adoption, not, some of these other, sugar and spice type of, layer, icing on the cake type of stuff. We're talking about just the cake. And this cake, man, very interesting, this blue star. We got deep reds aplenty to go over, but I got to keep going with some of the gains here. You got Rose making plus 14% gains in the past week. Rose up 60% in the past month. Let's go. Let's go Rose, man. Blue Rose we got Blue Rose on the Blue Castle here. Very happy to see Blue Rose doing its thing. We got ZRO, Layer 0, going up to $2 in the past week. Coming back down to $1.88, still plus 13% gains in the past week. 100 XDC for $5. Holy cow. Yeah, XDC is the most undervalued ones, without a doubt. They did such a good job of mind gaming everybody in 2022 on that CBDC tech sprint. Bear cycle as hell. We just came off such a wonderful high in 2021. Bear cycle just hit us so hard. Probably a bunch of distractions around that year as well. You get this CBDC tech sprint going. You name 4 blockchain finalists, and it's the only time you've ever done it for that particular problem statement. Right? And there's not many cryptos that even make it into any of these BIS, competitions or, tech sprints, right? Like they're 4 out of like maybe 10 that have ever been mentioned in CBDC or in tech sprints in general, right? There was only one time they had an ISO 20022 hackathon, the BIS, and the winner was Mojaloop utilizing Interledger Protocol. I guess they liked what they saw. They were like, hey, we need to do another ISO 22000 hackathon. We proved the product works. We got to release it to the public that the product works, so we have that history and not being like, hey, we didn't tell you so. Right? Same thing here with the 2022 tech sprint. It's like, hey, we told you what the top 4 were for providing end-to-end CBDC solutions. We already told you what the top 4 are for settlement layer. We already told you what the top multi-trillion-dollar market cap projects are going to be. Right? But of course, we told you during the bear cycle when massive distractions are happening. Right? Dude, if that type of stuff came out today, right? XRP would be flying, right? Even if it is the bear cycle that we're still in. I think XRP, if they got that, if people heard XRP and Ripple were a finalist of a BIS CBDC tech, I think they would get a lot of word of mouth around that. I think you really would. 1,000, and same thing for Stellar. That was part of it. Same thing for XDC, right? Same thing for XPX. But they did it at the right time. Man. And also, if you know the power of 11, 22, and 33, especially in terms of master numbers, definitely very intentional. All right. 1,000 XDC for $50. Holy cow. Don't tell me 10,000 XDC for $5. Holy crap. Tim Shea in the house. Don't tell me 100,000 XDC for $5,000. Guys, as you guys know, every little bit helps shine light into the shadow band that is this channel. I certainly hope everybody's doing well wherever they're at. Much love to all of y'all. You guys are the best community, worst show. We all know the deal. Guys, let's jump into some deep breaths. Maybe that turns this chat a little bit more bullish. Maybe we start off our Monday with a little bit more pip in our step if we start talking some deep breaths. I kind of got salt and pepper scattered percentages here. But we'll go from the bottom to the top. How about that? So let's start off with some we can jump into the 000. No, I'll save the 000 cryptos. I'll save the 000 basket. Let's go into TIBBIR. TIBBIR at 15 cents, 1 billion supply, negative 62% down, right? Negative 62% down for TIBBIR at 15 cents, 1 billion supply. TIBBIR right here, the green frog over my shoulder, right here, right? The gateway for the AI agent economy, the know your identity, your know your agent layer, the identity layer for AI agents. AI agents are just going to become more and more of a thing here, you guys. They're not going to stop. They're going to probably develop their own I mean, if they haven't already, they're going to have their own personalities. They're going to have their own career arcs. They're going to have, I think AI agents, there might be a period of time where AI actors or agents or, you know, things like that end up having careers and they have lifespans. I think there's going to be something that starts incorporating like a lifespan to these AI that motivates them in a way algorithmically to put in their best work during their short span of life, right? There's going to be something, maybe it's to draw attention, right? If you're being like, if you create a product as an AI or providing a service or entertainment or whatever, right? You want attention to just further evolve your, you know, whatever you're generating or to get more data and, you know, stuff like that. You know, so I totally, you know, agents is just such early days and I don't mind speculating in that direction. And if you're telling me we already have the winner, that is going to be the identity layer for AI agents, like default identity layer for AI agents, then I'm on board here with TIBBIR at 15 cents, 1 billion supply, negative 62% down. We got Eden, Open Eden for RWAs at 5 cents, connected with BlackRock, Ripple, and Hidden, and many others. 1 billion supply, negative 66% down. I'm digging some Open Eden at around these prices and holding of that 1 billion supply. We got Ironfish, man. People, this is how people forget, man. Ironfish had a really nice pump with those AI agents and the privacy-focused era, especially when they got that announcement that Coinbase was going to be utilizing Iron for privacy. Right? Iron's got a weird black and white crypto logo. Iron founder is followed by Sam freaking Altman. Right? So Iron looking undervalued and underappreciated right now with 11 cents, 256 million supply. I repeat, a 256 million supply at 11 cents for a privacy platform or a privacy protocol that is actually being used by Base and Coinbase, choosing it as their de facto privacy standard. And Sam Altman following the founder. He doesn't follow many founders in the crypto space. He doesn't follow many of them. He is following the founder of Ironfish. Got to keep an eye on this one. Iron at 11 cents. Back in the DRs. Who would have thought we would get Iron again? Close to 10 cents or 8 cents, right? Where we originally talked about in the deep reds. Iron is back down there. People are forgetting about this one. You know, people are going, dude, the instant gratification nation is only getting worse. People's attention spans are only getting worse. Their memory is only getting worse. Like if it happened weeks ago or months ago, people don't care about that. They just care about, hey, what happened today? Let me check out my news feed today. Okay, that's what I just need to know about for today and what to talk about with people for today. They don't even remember the past anymore, right? And that's why it's important to know our crypto history right here, because we could take advantage of some of these deep reds. Right? So Iron at 11 cents, 56 million supply, negative 73% down. Are we bullish yet? Are we bullish at all? Are we on a Monday? Right here, be able to still get cheap digital assets? My gosh, man. I'll tell you what, nobody puts in the work like the Blue Foundation does, man. Trying to go daily, streaming an hour per day, talking about so many damn digital assets that are undervalued that have freaking really good tech going for them and backing, connections. Right? Receipts. Crazy stuff. Bullish AF, bro. Dude, Tim Shea, how can you not, man? The more bearish it gets, every day that keeps passing and we get deep red, every single day, We know a relief rally is coming around, at least, right? So we're going to get a win there, just in terms of a relief rally. Or, hey, finally, bull cycle starts to begin. Holy cow. Thank gosh. We bought every single deep red every single day with coffee money. Now it's time to reap the rewards and enjoy the, I mean, hell, the endless summer of bullishness. By the way, guys, let's go into some interesting, before we wrap up our deep reds here, we got another half page here to go over. Let's go into some esoteric stuff for the day. You got on February 28th, coming up, right? So check this out. You got the annular solar eclipse on the 17th of February, along with the end of Mardi Gras happening the day after, but on the 17th as well, the Chinese New Year, the entering of the fire horse year on the annular solar eclipse day of February 17th. And then check this out, the power number, right? 11 days later, right? 11 days later or 10 days later after Mardi Gras ends, right? The X number of days later, a full-on planetary alignment. It is happening on February 28th. Very rare that this happens, obviously. And so we're going to be getting not only a very rare occurrence of the fire horse year on an annular solar eclipse, right? And then an 88-day the next day on February 18th. You also are going to get a freaking full-on planetary alignment in February 28th. I think about 6 days or 7 days or so, or I forgot how many. I'm sure the numbers matter there at the end of Winter Olympics as well. So we're going through the Winter Olympics right now, right? So by the end of the Winter Olympics, you're going to be, having, and then I think like a week or so after, or maybe 2 weeks or so after, this planetary alignment. This is amazing, amazing. So good things to look out for there. Hey guys, we found out who's going to the Super Bowl. We see what they're we see the narrative now that they have finally chosen, right? We were talking about all 4 of the teams, what type of narratives that go along if each one of those teams went to the Super Bowl. Now you got the Patriots. Dude, they're going hard with that 1776, 250th anniversary of the country. Hard with that, bringing the Patriots. They're the Lone Star Patriots, right? Lone Star Patriots, star on their cap, right? Red, white, and blue all the way. Bringing in nationalism in a time of crisis in this country, right? Then you got the freaking Blue Phoenix rising, right? Which is possibly, I think, the one who's going to be probably winning it all. And they're going to be showing, hey, the Blue Phoenix, America is ready to rise. Fly, hey. Again, the eagle starts to, it's a different bird. But row, wouldn't be surprised, right? They had to find one other Phoenix, some sort to, they couldn't just make the Eagles just keep winning every year, right? They couldn't just keep making the dollar bill Eagles freaking soar, right? So here we go, the Blue Phoenix or Blue-Green Phoenix. They got green in there, the logos. Interested to see what type of what jerseys they wear for. Is it going to be their green combo? But yeah, Patriots versus Seahawks. You thought these teams would go, so Vegas loving the amount of money they've been making, right? From people not, putting in money for these teams to go to the Super Bowl, right? And now I think people think maybe the Patriots are going to be winning, right? So the Seahawks are going to be showing up, man. It's time. It's the rise of the Phoenix time, man. It's the rise of the Phoenix, right? Unless maybe this 1776 thing has more importance than I understand, but it's looking like it's an interesting matchup nonetheless. Very similar teams, very well-rounded teams. Yeah, very excited to see what they do with that narrative and what Bad Bunny is going to do in his freaking halftime show. The subliminals of the commercials, we'll definitely be talking all about that. But yeah, we got the 2 teams now. We got the narrative that they're pushing. America, Phoenix, let's go. America, start to rise. Let's go. America, time of prosperity. Let's freaking go. I certainly hope so, man. Or hey, the US dollar, right? The US dollar, right? What has Chris Larson said? The dollar will become stronger. Once again, the dollar's got to die, right? And it is dying, right? I'm not trying to be like this pro fiat guy. I'm just trying to go with the narrative they're pushing if they're going to go for gold backed, right? A gold backed financial system and CBDCs being a thing, right? Interoperability being of utmost importance because you're going to have countries that don't want CBDCs. You're going to have countries that do implement CBDCs. So, Chris Larson saying fiat will become stronger on the XRPL. Fiat's not on the XRPL yet. Brad Garlinghouse saying fiat will become stronger because the trust in our value layer of economy is back, right? Thoughts on Seeker on Sol? Hey man, you're gray. If you want me to really look into that and talk about it in a future stream, I'll write it down. But it's you know, we're doing something new for 2026 here, my man, where it's just at least a 99-cent super chat donation with the question or what you want me to look into, right? If not, you can sign up for a membership for $1.99. That's our base level one, at least. And I'll answer all the questions that you have, right? We're doing this for 2026. We've been doing this for 9 years, right? And we've been doing it for free for 9 years. We're trying to quit one of our jobs. We're trying to get into a studio. We're trying to get a mic. We're trying to be able to get a computer to share, you know, our screens with you, show you what we're seeing, make the experience just overall just better and better, right? So we're doing something different for this year. I hope you can understand. I'm not trying to con people money. I will definitely look into the crypto if you were to do so, right? We got a lot of people asking, you know, we got plenty of green giants in here that ask us to look into cryptos as well, right? But that's just how we're doing it, Jakester. I appreciate the support though, man. Thanks for jumping on in and watching. But just any grays or blue wrenches, it's at least a 99-cent super chat with your question or crypto you want me to look into, at least, right? You know, we just are trying to get to a studio and quit one of our jobs and make this our main thing, right? We do a lot of research. We've been doing this for 9 years, as I said, right? Going into year 10, the X year, let's go. Perfect timing for the X year, right? On a 10-year, right? Let's go. We got DAG at a penny, negative 86% down, 2.6 billion supply. Constellation, layer 0 crypto, right? Data integrity up the wazoo. Can provide decentralized recovery of digital assets. This is big. Cannot be sleeping on decentralized recovery, right? So decentralized recovery in the DREC Alliance, definitely digging what DAG can provide. At a penny, negative 86% down, 2.6 billion supply. Not many can provide decentralized recovery. This is a crucial thing, in my opinion, if you're looking to do volumes of, you know, over billions and billions of dollars, you know, every 24 hours. W at 2 cents, negative 87% down, 10 billion supply, part of the securitized nation, utilized by securitized heavily. Investments in securitized have been big. BlackRock investing in securitized. Big wick on that iron to 3 cents. There we go. But yeah, W, wormhole, man. Mr. Wonderful. The W. The Wonder Woman right here, man. Wormhole at 2 cents, negative 87% down, 10 billion supply, interoperability layer play. Securitized is looking massive and getting bigger and bigger. Ripple invested in them. BlackRock invested in them, right? You got Aerodrome. You got base connections heavily with Securitized. Securitized has been in development for a long, long time, guys. Almost since like I've been streaming, right? You know, Securitized has just gotten... It's only getting better and better and growing more. We go to Osmo. Cosmos ecosystem in general, man. The Cosmos ecosystem is hitting some major, major FUD. Osmo is at 5 cents, negative 87% down, 633 million supply. Here, guys, I got to turn on my car. I don't want to overheat my phone. Give me a sec. Another reason we need to get a studio, right? Sorry for the hiccup here, guys. Just give me a second to set this up. All right. Turpo Nurple in the house. What's up, Turpo Nurple? Good to see you. We got Osmosis Zone at 5 cents, negative 87% down, 633 million supply. Can't be sleeping on the Osmosis Zone. The Cosmos DeFi is being fudded heavily, and this is the DeFi that we want to be. We want to be part of XLM DeFi and Cosmos DeFi, HBAR DeFi, right? Those are the three, like, kind of primary ones that I'm thinking about, you know, that I want to be a part of, right? Obviously, XRP DeFi, whenever that starts to really come, you know, more about, but, you know, things like, you know, the Cosmos ecosystem. Osmo is the premier DEX, 5 cents. 633 million supply, negative 87% down. Good staking. They brought Bitcoin staking into the platform during this bear cycle. They brought, you know, I think XRPL, right? So Cosmos is only getting bigger. People are thinking it's dying, right? I think Celestia, right? We'll mention Celestia here at negative 90% down. TIA at 44 cents, 1.1 billion supply, looking like a massive steal. I'm liking TIA and Osmo combo big time. AKT as well, right? AKT, Akash Cloud, IXO at 002. You got Regen at 003, right? So the Cosmos ecosystem is ripe for the taking, man. So I'm digging the value of those assets. You got Dragon Chain at 009, negative 90% down, 433 million supply. You got Peak, PEAQ, at 2 cents, negative 92% down, 433 million supply. Or no, not 4.3 billion supply for Peak. And then DEAI at the bottom of the deep reds, layer 0 labs. Or no, layer 1 labs. Or 01 labs, my gosh, 01 labs. DAI at a penny, negative 93% down, 1 billion supply. So very excited to see where, you know, these deep reds are going to go. I'm liking the quality of a lot of these projects here. Deep red we're buying today is Near Protocol, man. Near Protocol at around $1.40, $1.80, somewhere around there for Near Protocol. We can get a handful of these for coffee money. NTT Data runs a validator on Near Protocol. I'm definitely got to increase my position of some Near, and especially while it's in the deep reds here, and just get a bag that I can eventually just be happy with, right? So focusing on getting some Near in the deep reds there. Naoris at 2 cents is looking fantastic. XPX at 0002 is looking amazing, right? Those are some of the deep reds I'm kind of looking at. Quan X at a penny. XPX, XX Network at a penny. XPX, of course, at 002. We just said that. Then we go into the 000 gems, man. The 000 cryptos that we got lined up here for y'all. Some of these are very, very high risk. All of them technically are, since they're in the 000. But some of them I like a little bit more in terms of the quality of the project versus, like, hey, this is a highly speculative play here, just a tradable opportunity possibly. So we got XPX at 0002. We got CYAI, the AI agent ecosystem in the Solana ecosystem at 0001. We've seen this thing do a major run up from 0001 before, right? So I like getting some of the dip here for CYAI, billion supply. And then you got Spore, also AI, completely automated AI blockchain and ecosystem of AIs being created, evolutionary AIs, which is interesting. Spore at 0001, 1 billion supply, negative 99% down. You got XPNet at 0002, cross NFT marketplace, 1 billion supply, negative 34% down. You got Aqua, the Aqua Must Flow at 0004, 100 billion supply, negative 60% down. You got Port X at 0004, 268 million supply, negative 70% down, providing interoperability with one click. Aqua being the liquidity management layer right there of the Stellar ecosystem at 0004. Love just trying to accumulate more and more Aqua, man. I'm trying to get to 100K if I can of some Aqua just accumulated through passive income. Right now, trying to get some extra Aqua out of that 100 billion supply, negative 60% down. IrisNet in the Cosmos ecosystem at 0006, 2.1 billion supply, and we could stake it, build up staking rewards, negative 75% down. And then we got Eliza at 0003, 1 billion supply. Eliza connected with the Amico digital twin ecosystem of the Solana ecosystem, AI agent crypto, decent volume, 0003, 1 billion supply, negative 99% down. Rose and Linea both up 15%. Glitch, haha. Interesting. Hey, the whole market moves together, right? Whole market moves up and down together, right? Some of them in the low caps start looking like they're making a name for themselves, and then they just go down in the dumps, and then others go up, right? Not too much of a 24-hour trader, but yeah, it's funny to see when you're just like, whoa, okay, great, good to see this crypto make a gain in the past 24 hours. I don't know if there was a major news announcement or anything, but good to see the speculation just picking on up. But anyways, guys, thanks so much for tuning in for another Deep Red Alliance episode. I appreciate y'all. If you guys have any last minute questions, but yeah, Deep Red's aplenty. Continuing, man. We're more bullish than ever on this Monday, getting our week off and started strong. Appreciate everybody's support to the channel. Thanks for hitting the like. Thanks to any new subscribers. Thanks for hitting start earning Bitcoin on your EMBER app. In the description below is our referral link for the EMBER app if you don't have it. We also have our wallet addresses. We're going to be adding our Cash App wallet address in the future, so can't wait to do that. But But yeah, much love to everybody here, and thanks for your support, you guys. Yeah, maybe we try to get a second stream in today. It depends on how long work goes for today. But, you know, that's why we want to quit one of these jobs, man. I appreciate everybody's support, and much love to all of y'all. I hope you guys are just enjoying the moment, man. Enjoying, you know, the day, enjoying, you know, we got a whole day ahead of us. Hey, maybe we moon tonight. Maybe we moon tonight. It's never out of the realm of possibility, but we're always bullish, and we're always accumulating in the deep reds when the sentiment is lowest, when the crypto is at its bloodiest. That's when we're there to accumulate these quality digital assets. Much love to everybody. Thank you guys so much for your support. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community. I'm so grateful, as always, living a life of gratitude. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants, and thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. I'm going to keep trying. If you guys keep trying, I'll see you guys in the Blue Castle. Much love. Adios.